So if you would like to try and move your swing path from outside in to inside out, I've got a fantastic drill that usually works within 3 shots. And some people that have never hit a draw in their life start hitting a draw. So it's a really good drill. I've been using it for over 30 years. But before we get to that, I'm going to just talk about what is inside, what is outside. So if we imagine that the golf swing is a slight semicircle or a slight arc here, if we are swinging outside in, we are bringing the club down this side of that arc. So anything that is this side of the arc is outside the line. Then it comes to the left. So if I'm swinging outside and then inside, that's one of the contributing factors to producing a fade or a left to right spinning ball, or a slice for that matter. Now, some people want to start hitting it with a draw. So if you really want to start hitting it with a draw, you need to be swinging inside out. So if we get that imaginary little semicircle there again, anything that is coming from this side of that line is inside, and then we go out. So it's inside to out of that little imaginary line. So once we get those little fundamentals out of the way, I can then show you the drill that will get you hitting it inside out. It is bizarre. I'll warn you that it's unbelievably weird, but it works. So we start off by taking our setup like this. I've got a 7-iron in my hand. We then turn our body. So this is called the back to target drill. So we go from here and then we go to here. So what this does is it stops you from being able to get your shoulder, the right shoulder, going over the top of the left shoulder, because we're in a position where that's very difficult to do. So from here, my right shoulder is going to come down underneath my left shoulder, which then gets my path from inside to out. Now, when I usually get people to do this for the first time, generally the first one goes a long way right. They almost shank it. And the reason they do it is they don't use their hands well enough. So if I tighten my left wrist through impact, I am swinging inside out, but my club face is very open to my target and the ball shoots out there. So what we have to do is just totally relax that left hand. So I get people to feel like they're throwing a frisbee, because when we swing a golf club, that's what that left hand needs to do. If it stays tight and locked, that club face is remaining open, and that's what sends it right. So generally the first one, we just get a little shot. We do that nice and gentle, and you can see there that the swing path was slightly inside out. My hands were releasing, and that was the softest little draw. So as I said, normally when I get someone to do that for the first time, they tense up that left hand and it goes right. So usually within 3 swings, I can get someone to start hitting it with a draw. Now, we don't overdo it. I don't want anyone swinging it back incredibly long. Just keep it with a half swing. You can do it with any club. I do it with a driver sometimes. So we just get there, do that. Beautiful little inside out, little soft draw. So once you can do that a few times, what I then recommend to people to do, and you can even see the divot there, the divot's slightly to the right, is we go halfway to normal. So instead of going back to the target, we might turn our feet a little bit more like that. And we do exactly the same swing, getting the same feeling. There's a little inside out, hands releasing, little soft draw. And then we eventually work our way back to square. But if you hit one out to the right and it doesn't work, we go back this way. So you're going from back to target, gradually turning ourselves around, keeping on releasing. So eventually you get to a square stance and you get that feeling of the inside out and releasing the hands. Give it a go. It's never failed me. It's one of the best drills you can do. It's just weird. So for anyone wanting to start improving their swing path and get a slightly inside out, give it a go. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Yes, it is really weird, but there was a guy I used to coach when I was the head pro at the Yarra Yarra Golf Club. I gave him this drill in the lesson, and then he hit it great during the lesson. He went out and won the comp that day, and people approached me when I was going up for the clubhouse for presentations saying, what did you do? We'll call him Fred. I won't say what his real name was. What did you do to Fred? He's weird. What do you mean? He went out there with this really close stance. So I went up to Fred and said, did you play like that today, Fred? And he said, yeah. I said, that was only a drill. He said, yeah, but I hit it with a draw. I've never hit it with a draw in my life. I hit it 20 meters further. Why wouldn't I? So he took it to the extreme. It worked for him. He won the comp, got a few dollars in the bar, which was great. Got some money off his mates. You don't have to take it onto the course, but you can. Fred's proof that you can. So if you want to improve your golf, I'm going to put a link to another video just up here I know is going to help improve your golf.